What's going on, everyone? My name is Oren. I am the co-founder of a very new type of basketball camp that's starting this summer. It's called Hoop Brains. It's a camp where we want you to think about the game as hard as you play it, where we create joyful learning experiences for kids who love basketball and kids who love the NBA. And I got two of my favorite Hoop Brains joining me again for our NBA debate series. I got Jeremy from Boston Latin School, got Rafe from Tech Boston, and today's topic they'll be debating once again for all you Celtics fans, debating the Celtics. And the question is, the Celtics, are they contenders or pretenders? We see them on a nice winning streak right now as we come to the last part of the season, but we've seen these winning streaks before. Are they ready to be a top four Eastern Conference team contending for the Eastern Conference title with the likes of Philly and Brooklyn, Milwaukee? Or is this just still a middle of the pack, barely scraping by a playoff team? Jeremy, you are up first, my man, and I know you're here to argue that the Celtics are real contenders. Take it away.
You got that right, Oren. You know, I'm the Celtics fanboy here, so I'm going to do my thing. So you mentioned before the 6-game winning streak that we're on, the highest in the NBA currently right now, and I think where it starts is the production from the superstars. Jason Tatum on this 5-game winning streak before going into Golden State last night, shooting 50, 40, and 90 splits, averaging 30 points a game, along with Jaylen Brown before he was out last game, averaging 28 points. They are doing unbelievable, and then Tatum goes out and wins this game for the Celtics, scoring 44 points, doing his thing. And the production that I'm seeing from Tatum and Brown, that combination is undeniable. They are going to be the ones who carry us to that top 4 seed in the NBA.
All right, I don't think Rafe believes you all the way. What do you have, Rafe? Why do you say they're a middle of the pack team?
So although Tatum and Brown, they are great players, great scorers. The Celtics have had a tendency for the past few years to, down the stretch, resort to hero ball, which is definitely concerning to me because, you know, down the stretch, you need to stick with your game plan and run with the things that I've been working all game instead of just trying to dribble an ISO sidestep for a three-pointer. Because when you make it, you know it's on all the Sports Center top 10s, but if you miss, you miss, so...
Okay. So you're not buying that one with the superstars. Jeremy, try to convince your man Rafe. What do you have next? What's up next?
That's pretty interesting, Rafe, because I have a counter argument to this. My very next point was going to be to production from the little guys. Let's start with Evan Fournier playing four games with us, averaging 11.5 points and 4 assists, some absolutely great production. And I think the X factor that's going to carry us into the playoffs is Kemba Walker. Brad Stevens said it himself. He is the X factor of this team. When he plays well, we win games. 21 points a game on wins for Kemba Walker as opposed to 13 on losses. Now we see him go into Golden State, shooting 50% from the field goal, 2 for 3 from the 3, and he hits the game-winning dagger over Steph Curry. That's undeniable. That's going to be the thing that really takes us from a 4 to 5 seed to possibly going, I believe, into a deep playoff run.
Ooh. All right, Rafe.
Well, that's all good and fair, but, you know, the Eastern Conference is no joke anymore. For the past 5 or so years, everyone's been saying, you know, it's the West. The West is the one. But now we have teams like the Sixers and the Nets. The Nets with 3 superstars. The Sixers with 2 superstars. And the Bucks with arguably one of the best players in the NBA. I just think, as the Celtics, maybe we're a 4 seed, but I don't see us beating any of those teams in the playoffs. Because the top of those teams are all better, along with the strongest supporting cast and better playoff experience.
Playoff experience. That's an interesting data point to bring in. Jeremy, last round right now. Last chance to convince us that the Celtics are contenders.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. When I also look at the entire NBA as a whole, you got to think of strength of schedule, obviously, where we're going to end up, how things are looking for us. Currently, we sit with the 6th easiest strength of schedule. And this is, you know, still only behind teams like Utah and LA, who don't even matter to us. Teams like Chicago, Atlanta, Miami, Charlotte, they're all in the top 15. They are seriously struggling right now. Chicago's not doing well with Vucevic. Jimmy Butler just said the other day that the Heat are playing softball. LaMelo Ball's out for the Hornets. The star power is gone for these teams. And when you see the path that the Celtics are on right now, winning the past 6 games and in emphatic ways too, it's undeniable that they're going to be the real deal come playoff time.
Rafe, your last chance to blow up Jeremy. What do you have, sir?
Well, I think it's pretty interesting that you bring up their schedule because this far in the season, the Celtics are an amazing 13-16 on the road, which just will not get it done for a top team in the league. And they have 7 out of their last 15 games away. So I don't know. They need to really lock in down the stretch in these away games to do well. And I haven't seen this year that they're capable of that every game.
All right, hey, a lot of good data brought into this argument. Once again, we're looking at strength of schedule. We're looking at impact players. We're comparing against other teams. This one, I don't know, this is close for me. I'm going to give a little bit of an edge this time to my man, Jeremy. And I'll tell you why. I thought the argument about Kemba Walker as the X factor, he demonstrated that statistically Tatum and Brown have been relatively consistent, but really it's been Kemba who's been the difference. That 8-point difference in scoring average between games they lose and games they win, and the trajectory that they're on right now. I just thought that was a really convincing data point from Jeremy. And we all know that you got to have that third superstar carrying the load in close playoff series. So once again, we had an excellent evidence-based debate. We are from Hoop Brains. I'm here with two of my favorite Hoop Brains, Rafe and Jeremy, battling it out. Please come back and watch us again for our third series. It's tied 1-1 right now. We got Rafe with the first win, Jeremy with the second. We got to run this back for a tiebreaker and see who's the biggest brain in the room. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, guys.